Well, I was just looking on Amazon at flashlights, and I don't know if that Harbor Freight deal is really any good anymore. It was kind of nuts. Um, let me check here. Caps lock. Wow. It pops right up. Okay, so they have these ones here. You get two of them, $16. I think most of these are going to be 18650 battery cells. So it's pretty realistic, being 1,000 lumen, 656 feet. Zoom in, zoom out. To me, this looks like probably a halfway decent flashlight. It's got this weird charging that I don't care for there in the back, though. But it's pretty good chance that it's probably better than the Harbor Freight thing. I don't know. What did the Harbor Freight one look like? Harbor Freight. And I know that the Harbor Freight uses the old USB. See? Now, it is nice that they do it like that because it does protect it. But like the Naboo ones have that also. I don't know, the quality of this flashlight might be a little better. It's hard to say. With Amazon, you know, sometimes you don't know what the hell you're getting. But they got a lot of different ones on here. What's this one? This one here looks like it actually shows the battery. What I don't like is like the Naboo ones where it uses an 18650 with a little circuit on the battery, which means that like you'll have to take the battery apart if you ever need to replace it. We have ones like these. When the button's up there, that means there won't be a little funny circuit on the battery, usually. It doesn't really look like an 18650 to me. But anyway, there are a lot of these on here. Now, when you get to a certain size, there's a limitation on how many lumen something can actually output because it's just too small. I don't know what the difference between this one are. These Rechew, and then so you get the Rechew and the okay, we were looking at those. The let me find them. The WDT Pros. And these ones, they're different. Well, come on. Very similar design, though. 1.2 inch cross. The main thing with these flashlights is that you want it to be zoomable, because it makes a pretty big difference. And we have ones like these. I thought this was the one that showed the batteries, but it isn't. So we got, oh, there's all sorts of different ones. This one here actually looks kind of interesting. I don't like how the button sticks out. Come on. And let's see here. Alright, so anyway, there's lots of different stuff on Amazon. I was thinking about going to Harbor Freight and going and getting that one from them, but then I'm like, well, I don't know. Could just sit at home and not waste the gas. Let's see what we got here. So I was going to show you, this is a Rayovac. You see the USB up at the front here. You can force it to come apart. I forget where. I think this part here, and it has like some type of 18650 in it, but it didn't want to open up. It's not really designed to open up. Okay, they like kind of glued it, and there's another circuit inside of there, definitely. So it'd be better to just buy something that's made to be opened to start with. But also, I can't even get that battery to come out of there, and I would probably end up having to destroy it in order to do it. But anyway, in fact, we can even look down in here and see they've made it. They don't want you to open these things up, a lot of them. So now some of these other companies, they're made to be opened, but then like they do weird things with the battery, and then like the battery isn't available to buy, etc. All this other crap. So it's just a good idea to try and look for ones that are going to have a replaceable 18650. I'm trying to get this glue off of this thing before I put it back together. There's a... I just bought this on a whim because it was $9 at Walmart. I also bought the Naboo flashlight from Walmart for like $29. And this is probably not the greatest deal in the world. I guess I could probably take it back, but you know, it's like So anyway, this one's pretty bright, but what's annoying about this one is there's no way around having it strobe when you try to turn it off. So I just leave it in my go bag. It's kind of like an emergency one. Let's see. So I don't buy anything that takes double A's, triple A's, nothing whatsoever. There's no reason to use alkaline battery technology. Don't waste your time on those flashlights. You're wasting money on batteries. If you look at it, a lot of these, they're all just kind of very similar. So, here's the Naboo ones here. And they seem to make a pretty good flashlight. I've got a bunch of Streamlight Stingers. I don't know which one that is, but they're great, but the batteries are horrible. But they're not using lithium-ion batteries. Maybe on the new ones. And I'm sure I probably could replace mine, you know, but I've got like 3 or 4 Streamlight Stingers, just different ones, anywhere from like 120, 300 to 640 lumen ones. And I can't ever see buying a $150 flashlight again. When they have all these cheap ones. Like I've got this Naboo over here that came from Walmart. And this has got the port here. Close it up. I mean, it's like super bright. And then you can like focus it, you know. So definitely feel some heat coming off of this. And then you can click it once and it turns off. Like, it's nice. But it doesn't have really a reflective background. It's just white, which is kind of strange. But anyway, I like that one quite a bit. And I've just been kind of nice to it. I'm trying not to trash it. So I haven't really been using it for automotive. Because I still have my Stingers, you know, so they're all beat up and scratched up. Streamlight right here. I don't know what this one is. It looks kind of like a Convoy to me. 10 tap programmable. I really think it looks like a Convoy. $43. So reminds me, I need to. It's sold by Amazon, shipped by Amazon. I need to contact them because I've got a broken Streamlight, and they have lifetime warranty on them. I don't know what their criteria is, but I've got one where it just doesn't charge in the flashlight. This looks like a Convoy right here too. Now see, these guys get all excited about these Convoy flashlights and changing different things on them and doing this and doing that. It's a really weird battery. It's the strangest looking AA I've seen. Okay, I'm not getting 9 days off of a battery, sorry. Let's see here. Well, you could definitely go down a rabbit hole here on Amazon buying cheap flashlights. And these are kind of like the Harbor Freight ones that I was looking at. These look a little bit more durable. This is crap, dude. 980,000 lumen. How is that even possible? I don't even see how that's even possible. What this reminds me of is that they used to have these taser flashlights. They sell them on eBay and stuff. And they would look like this, but they'd have like a prong on the end of the deal. And they'd sound really gnarly, but they actually really weren't that bad. Anyway, they'd tell you something like, 7,000 lumen or something nuts. But this is 980,000 lumen. That would start a damn fire. And physically, the end of the flashlight is not large enough to produce that amount of light, from what I understand. Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, I don't know. On some of these, I think you kind of get what you pay for. The Naboo flashlights are really nice, but they're kind of spendy. But I can tell from having the one here. Now, this one here is only an 800 lumen. It's a Da Vinci. You can hardly read it. 800L. Anyway, there is an extremely similar one on here called the Da Vinci 1800L. I think it's like $49. Yeah, there's just all kinds of cool looking ones on here. I mean, like, they're all like very tempting to me. I'm like, wow, I'd love to try out all these. This one looks pretty legit. Just the way when they do a cutaway like that, it always gives the impression that it's a chunk of aluminum, but it might not really be. Now the distances of 820 feet, 500 feet, that's pretty reasonable. I went to the Grand Canyon and I used the Naboo and it shined it down into the canyon at night, and you couldn't see very far at all. It was really obvious the limitations by doing that. So at the same time, you could shine it, down the road, and see, well, yeah, it goes pretty far, but like, we're not talking about trying to look into the canyon. And you can shine it up in the air and see also too, there are certain ones that you could literally, they're strong enough and focused enough to like light up an airplane pretty much, but you don't want anything like that. You don't want to get caught doing that. That'd be, major crap. I'm trying to see if I can find that, the one. I'm not seeing it in here. They really look all the same to me. Like, I think what I'll probably do is I'll sift through them later on, and I'll narrow it down to a couple different ones, and I'll order something just for the hell of it. See, if the numbers aren't completely exaggerated on these, I'm more inclined to try them out. These ones here are probably 18650s. It's got the old port. I don't have a problem with that. I don't really care. And I don't really want to use a flashlight as a battery bank. But the fact that the Nabus will do that on most of them is pretty cool. So this one here is, you're getting 2 of them. Now, as long as they're zoomable. Zoom in, yeah. So, 2 of them for $15, that's a good deal. I mean, like, you would buy something like that somewhere else, and you're probably going to be, $25 for one. Let's see here. You get into these larger ones like this, you're more likely to be able to like do some focusing. 5,000 milliamp hour capacity. I wonder what kind of battery that would be then. That would have to be pretty good sized battery. Is using a... Oh, I've seen one like this before where it's a dual power. This is claiming some ridiculous amount of lumens though. Where did it go? I don't see it now. The page moved on me. Was it that one? No, it wasn't that one. I don't know. Anyway. A lot of these are certainly worth taking a look at. I've seen these type at Cal Ranch. Almost the exact same one. So you'll notice like certain ones, they're more expensive. It's only 1,500 lumen. There's no 980,000 lumen flashlight. I don't know what the hell that is. A magnetic... Huh. But when you see these like just ridiculous claims on these flashlights, I mean, like, seriously, you have to be really skeptical. Here is a $9 1200 lumen flashlight. Now it's got a pretty large lens on the end, so it could be. USB rechargeable. It's got some length to it. Looks decent. Maybe it's smaller than it looks. I didn't quite catch what kind of I didn't see what it was. Let's see. It's really hard to tell. I think that's an old style USB. It looks pretty well made though. I mean, what did it say down there? It said something else. It said 2,000 lumen. Anyway. $9? That looks like one hell of a flashlight for $9. I would certainly like to check this thing out. for $9. Of course, I guess it's probably not that big of a deal because you think about, like, they're selling 2 packs of other ones for $15. Or you could sit here and look and look and look and look and look endlessly. There's just so much stuff on here. This is insane. I feel like they're using the same ad. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys.